All right, Dawn.
All right,
Let's see.
Sean.
9 nights.
It's the end.
9 nights, 10 days break in from California, Oregon, Washington State to home. Bringing our van back from out in the Northern California area slowly. And kind of a break-in trip for us. We experienced everything from staying on pullouts on Highway 1 to navigating complicated 4x trails on the Lost Coast, very steep, camping on beach, outdoor shower used.
Lots of water crossings.
Tons of water crossings.
That section on Usal Beach.
Yeah.
So that was good for us.
Lots of challenges in using the adventure van to its capabilities.
Yep.
We then were out at the Oregon Dunes, got bogged, learned a little bit about the vehicle again. Had to actually use the winch. A Max Trax came out, winch had to come out. Long story short, as we were learning the rig, some of the obstacle avoidance stuff were hindering our advancement from the sand. And lesson learned, so we documented that. We got to learn this. But,
well, we didn't document very much because it was kind of stressful.
Well, we didn't document that. But we had to get the winch up.
In retrospect, it would have been good to kind of get the camera out and show you guys our whole process.
And this is kind of a break-in trip, but it's also not. We didn't have all our necessary gear because we knew that. We had it down in California. So, for instance, all like winch shackles and straps and all that, I didn't have them because they're at home.
And we kind of wanted to go through a process of pulling it out, stretching it.
Yeah, we needed
we
needed to stretch the winch out. You have to stretch the winch cable. So I luckily it's all I had was my the Ultra J hook, and I could barely get the throat snapped into a low shrub, and it held enough to get that forward momentum. So we got a lot of things. And then
good practice.
So we went from the more extreme to more casual, or we kind of ended in a traditional campground area setting, with bathrooms. And I want to say out of 9 nights, 5 nights were in remote boondocking settings, and 4 nights were in a structured campground. And I'm more of a 3-to-1 type guy where I'd like 3 nights boondocking and 1 night in a structured campground. We're still trying to figure that out, but it's been nice to it's been nice to see the coastline, but it's also been a little bit maddening to see the coastline because we had to move through, even though we thought we were going to go slower than we could. First off, the weather wasn't great.
I think we had some sort of rain almost every day.
Yeah, every day except for these last couple days in Washington State, which has been amazing. But yeah, it would rain, and then there's so much to see, and we had to make 200, 300 mile chunks that we couldn't really get it all in. So, but what it has done, it has focused our desire to go back to areas and just hunker down for 4 or 5 nights.
Spend a little more time
in a 100-mile radius type area, just explore and boondock there. A lot around the Oregon coast we want to go back and do. We realized that we want to get bogged again, so stuck again in some sand, and go through in a more controlled situation and go through that again.
It's also made us learn just all of the little tiny details we still want to do, all the organization stuff that we're excited to get really dialed in.
We'll do a full van tour here in a bit. We're 3 or 4 mods from done. I mean, and those mods you probably won't really see, but we'll talk about them because they're more interior. But then we're doing a bunch of organization for us, and what we find for us is that this layout in this van style with the bathroom and the shower and the bed and we have the GLSS system works really well for us, where there's no excuses, and we're very comfortable.
We have all scenarios.
All scenarios, I mean, we had the doors open and camping on the beach. It was just great. But we'll do a video later for those interested in just everything that we've done and why we did it for ourselves. Because I think everything should be individualized. What works for us doesn't always work for you. But if you're interested in that stuff, like and subscribe, and we'll make sure we'll get that going probably in about a month, because there's a couple. We'd like to do some organization in here, and there's a couple new things that we want to add, and I'd like to try to get it pretty much 100% done, or close to it, before I actually take the time to do the video and all that stuff. So with that, it's been a great experience. We're going to be posting all videos in this series. There'll be 3 videos coming up. One with the California coast, one with the Oregon coast, and one with the Washington coast. After that, we'll start sharing our other adventures. We do post videos about once a week, depending on our schedule. And if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and like and subscribe. Anything else?